It leads to the assumption that the bank is planning to collapse Bitcoin once again. The SEC must ensure that the crypto markets are free of fraud and manipulation. In the new top by BitBoy Crypto, there are 4 altcoins and Alpha Finance takes the last place. Welcome to the Coin Post. When we started working on this video, Bitcoin was worth about $50,000. It keeps breaking through this level, and as I said on Monday, much depends on it. Today I have the following topics for you. Goldman Sachs' comeback to cryptocurrency and its importance to the market. What Gary Gensler, the future head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, told us at his approval hearings and how it would affect the cryptocurrency. Besides, I will give you the top 4 altcoins by the author of the BitBoy Crypto channel, which has almost 600k subscribers. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet, and let's get into it. So, the fight for $50,000 continues, and my prediction that we would get new fuel by Wednesday is justified, which is quite encouraging. If you need proof, I will leave the link to the video in the description box. Check it out. So far, we are actually witnessing a repetition of the January story, only in a more accelerated version. So far so good. We passed 50,500 and keep moving on. But I want to draw your attention to this point. If history really repeats itself, then after the current growth we could get a painful dip. So keep this in mind, please. And now let's put all the charts aside and move on to the hot news. According to the media, Goldman Sachs will restart cryptocurrency trading desk and will begin dealing Bitcoin futures and non-deliverable forwards. It was announced on Monday, and I want to show you this interesting tweet from famous trader Peter Brandt. Why does everyone say that Goldman Sachs is restarting its cryptocurrency desk and not creating it? Because at the peak of the previous cycle in December 2017, they already did this. And now that the price has risen again, and growth rates over the past few months have been very similar to those of 2017, Goldman Sachs once again decided to enter the market. It leads to the assumption that the bank is planning to collapse Bitcoin once again. Well, not necessarily, of course. Peter Brandt explains his observations by saying that Goldman Sachs simply changed their mind about cryptocurrencies once again. Meaning they were like the last hamsters to hop on the train at the peak of 2017, but then quickly abandoned this idea after the bear market had started. And now that the Bitcoin is $50,000, they are back in the market, and the question is, are Goldman Sachs re-entering high, repeating the previous mistake, or are they lucky this time and it's gonna be a really long rise? Next, I'm moving on to the new future chair of the SEC. And don't forget that at the end of the video we have the top 4 altcoins from the BitBoy Crypto in March. Bear with us. Scaring and praising Bitcoin is apparently a new sport for American politicians. Remember Janet Yellen, who is also the new head of the US Treasury, how she first said that cryptocurrencies were for fraudsters, and then changed her mind and promised to help financial innovation, but then went back again to the subject of regulating the cryptocurrency market. The future chair of the SEC, Gary Gensler, showed a rather similar picture. He was appointed by Joe Biden in January, but in order for Gary Gensler to truly become head of the regulator, he has to be approved by the Senate, and a few days ago, there were hearings in the Finance and Banking Committee. When answering questions about cryptocurrencies, he called Bitcoin a catalyst for change, saying that new financial technologies can be a powerful force for good. However, he made a reservation that it should happen under the careful guidance of the regulator. And then he stated, "The SEC must ensure that the crypto markets are free of fraud and manipulation." And I think that's the greater challenge, frankly, because some markets, usually operating overseas, have been rife with fraud. I mean, in the best tradition of Janet Yellen, he first praised and then promised to put everyone at least in the corner. When it comes to foreign exchange cryptocurrencies, Arthur Hayes, who is no longer the head of BitMEX, may get in trouble as the platform is under investigation. But it doesn't have to be that bad. I mean, Tether and Bitfinex, they just got away with it. The New York Attorney General's office proved that the exchange's losses were covered up by borrowing from Tether. They also confirmed that Tether stablecoin often has no declared collateral, and so they will require them to cease any further trading activity with New Yorkers, as well as force the companies to pay $18.5 million in penalties. Let me remind you that the original charge was for covering up $850 million in losses. And now getting back to the future SEC chair, I'd like to remind you of his disapproval of XRP. He had previously argued that only Bitcoin was not a security, while Ripple was clearly breaking the law. Well, let's see how the story goes with their trial against the regulator. And I also want to single out Litecoin, as it's growing faster than the market. In February, the Grayscale crypto fund purchased almost 80% of all the Litecoin mined last month. And look how beautiful the name coin looks in the top 20 cryptocurrency by capitalization. Give this video a thumbs up, and we're moving on to the most fascinating part. In the new top by BitBoy Crypto, there are 4 altcoins, and Alpha Finance takes the last place. It's a DeFi project, which today is number 116 by CoinMarketCap. On the price chart, we see that recently there was a decent rise and then a correction. But the creators believe that the dip is over and a new upward trend is ahead, which will exceed the current high. Token number 3 is another DeFi project called Nord Finance. While making this compilation, the coin was somewhere on the back of the rating with the number 954, but apparently someone has already started to buy it, and now it's 762 by CoinMarketCap, which is well illustrated by the price chart, by the way. The Nord Finance's main advantage is the ability to work in different blockchains, so as not to depend on any particular ecosystem. Altcoin number 2 is Terra, which is in the top 30, and it offers a stablecoin system with passive income. It recently had a strong pump, but now the price is being consolidated, and afterwards it should surge again. And the last but not least is Bitcoin. I don't know whether it was obvious or not, but BitBoy Crypto believes that now is the high time to start stacking up some Bitcoin as much as possible. His vision of the market is that the correction in February was a retracement, following the bang and a massive move to almost 60k. Now the market is ready to restart the rising trend in March, and it's possible that Bitcoin won't even return to current prices. Whether he's right or wrong, we'll find out later. Share this video with your friends so that they keep up with the latest news, know about promising altcoins, and help Bitcoin grow. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post. Subscribe and get enlightened.